What's up, YouTube? So, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you were in the same boat that I was in not even a week ago, and this boat was sinking for me. And I was scouring the internet, and I couldn't find anybody that was in the exact same situation that I was in, right? Okay, well, hopefully that I can be here to give somebody some advice and assure them that it's not the end of the world and they didn't mess up. Because I know I was anxious. I thought I bought this bike, it seemed like a great deal. 2012 Gixxer 600, 5,000 miles. He wanted 6 for it. I talked him down. I was like, yeah, I got a good deal. But after I found out what I know now, in the moment I was like, damn, I didn't get a good deal. You know, like I got screwed. I was under the impression the bike had a clean title. It was branded, not actual mileage. Okay, that's nothing to do with being rebuilt or anything. You know, so you should, like, if your bike is not actual mileage, it's not gonna be a problem. But my bike wasn't just not actual mileage. See, when the bike was bought in 2012, not even a year later, the bike was wrecked in Virginia. And I'll post the photos. It's not even bad. I don't understand why it was totaled or why. I don't understand, because the nose of the bike had a crack on it where the left mirror is, and the belly on the right side had like a big scratch on it, and the paint was gone, and that is it. Like I did a whole history report on the bike, okay? But so yeah, in Virginia it was rebuilt that same year in 2013, and then it was taken to South Carolina at some point, where it was issued a not actual mileage title. Somebody dropped the ball there. I'm still unsure how that happens, but I don't know. I can't explain to you stuff that I don't know. I'm just explaining to you how to resolve your problem if it's just like mine. So yeah, go to the tag office to try to get the title in my name. I can't do it because I need to pass an inspection, right? So I need to fill out an MV1 form, and there's another form. The form is called a T228. Okay. Yeah, I have a folder now because I went in this process with one piece of paper and a title, and by the end of this I have so much paperwork that I just was like, whatever, let me just get a folder so I can keep all my documents, you know, organized. So you need those two. If you're worried about the inspection, and that's the only reason you're watching this video, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you right now what the inspection is for a motorcycle. Where I went, I'm in the metro Atlanta area. It's called McDonald Collision Repair. Okay, and it's just like right off of 285 basically. It was on a trailer, a U-Haul trailer. They're not gonna let you just pull it in with, if you're not tagged or anything, don't drive your bike there. If you're not gonna be able to leave, you're gonna have to tow it home. It's better just to go to U-Haul and get a trailer for $22.45 for the whole day. I used that trailer for like 3-4 hours tops. Like, that's it. I bought it for the whole day, but I didn't even need it for the whole day. Because if you bring it on a trailer too, they're not gonna make you unload it or drop it, right? So like for me, there was a speed sensor error on this. They wouldn't have passed that bike because the speedometer wasn't registering, right? But the code only comes up when the bike's moving, and when it's on a trailer in the back of your truck, they're not gonna make you unload it. So they didn't know. So I went in there. All he checked was the tires. He checked the frame. He checked my lights. And he checked my horn. He wanted to know how many miles the speedometer said. He didn't even check my brakes. Like, he just checked my brake lights. Alright, I was in and out of there pretty quick. Since my title said not actual mileage, they needed proof from the actual tag office of what they were seeing on their end, that the bike was rebuilt. So I had to go and get that paperwork for them. Once I got them the paperwork, then they were able to see me. It cost $100. It was $50 for the location fee. It was $50 for the inspector, for him to come out and inspect the bike, which he didn't go out anywhere. I mean, that's where he works. So, you know, but $100, it's a fair trade. You know what I'm saying? Once I did that, I went to the tag office. I needed to fill out more paperwork. I needed to do an odometer discrepancy form because the title did say not actual mileage. Okay, I filled that out. That was a service error because, you know, it said 1,000 miles this year, then it said 1 mile a couple months later, and then it said 2,000 something a couple months after that. It was a service error. But, you know, they don't care about that. They just want the paperwork. Their paperwork. You know, like, that's all they care about. Like, they don't care about anything that's going on. The paperwork is all they need to know for their sake, for their job. It's their job, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go get stuff notarized. The police had to come out. I had to call them out, and they had to do their own paperwork. And I forget what the form is called, but basically it's where the police come out and they check to make sure your bike's not stolen or your vehicle, because it came from out of state. Passed that, and then I went back in there, and they were like, well, they sent me to the state office in Atlanta. It's a really big building, and I mean, like, I've never even been there. It's like the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. It's like a tax commissioner and the state tax commissioner, and then it's also the state tag office. It's all there in that one building, and it's a warehouse. It's a warehouse, really it is. And the lady told me, not the clerk, thank God, but a lady that was like, had her own little desk that was just general questions. She told me, oh, you know, like, can I see your paperwork? Because I was asking her questions. Like, I was like, the tag office, my county tag office sent me here and said, you know, you guys can help me. And she looked at my paperwork. She's like, well, do you have any photos of or receipts of like the rebuild, any pictures of parts that you put back on the bike? Or I was like, no ma'am, you know, like, the bike was rebuilt 11 years ago. Like, I don't have none of that stuff. The bike's been through 2 owners and then me since then, you know. So she's like, yeah, you're gonna have to get a bonded title. And I was like, oh damn, you know, like, wow, you know, I lost hope again there. You know, that whole day I was just losing hope, because I went to the county tag office 4 times, and I went to the state tag office once. Had to go to notary 2 different times. They're just sending you around. They don't tell you all at once. You need to go there and ask them, what all do you need? Because every time they tell me I need this, and I'd go get it and I'd take it back to them, and be like, now you need this. You need to just, y'all need to ask them exactly what all you need then and there, because you save yourself a lot of gas and a lot of time and a lot of stress too. Because I was stressing out. I thought I was gonna have an expensive paperweight that can't be titled or tagged, and like, at a certain point I didn't really even care about the tag. I just wanted the bike to be in my name, you know. But everything's resolved now. Everything worked out in the end. So I went in there and I showed him. I just the first piece of paper I handed the clerk was this paper right here. This was the first piece of paper I handed her. I gave her a little clip. This one right here. Then I handed her the title. Then I handed her all my proper paperwork. There's you need to fill out a T-228, which is the affidavit fact for a motorcycle or scooter. Basically, it's just telling you, this paperwork is basically saying that this bike was made to be on the road. You know, it's not like a homemade bike that can't be on the road. See, here's like just 4 questions on this thing. Was the motorcycle or motor scooter manufactured for lawful highway use? Was the motorcycle or scooter manufactured to exceed 30 miles per hour? Does the motorcycle or scooter's engine exceed 50 cc? Does the motorcycle or scooter have more than 2 horsepower? Simple stuff. It's going to ask you for your name, your address, phone number, VIN number, bike make and model, driver's license number, and you got to get it notarized. That's another thing, you got to get notarized, okay? So yeah, really don't stress about it, because that's pretty much it. If your situation's like mine, where you brought a vehicle from out of state, and if we're specifically talking about Georgia, then this is exactly you. You bought something from out of state, and it has a rebuilt title. Whether you were aware or unaware, this is the process you have to go through. You need to fill out these forms. The odometer discrepancy, you probably don't have to fill that out. If your title, if there's no odometer discrepancy, then you're good. You don't have to fill that out. They'll tell you if you need to, but yeah, I mean, that's all you need to do. The paperwork I told you, the police need to check it. They need to do their paperwork. You need to do the inspection, which is very easy. It's very simple. It's in and out, especially on a motorcycle. It took not even 5 minutes, okay? And that guy was really good. So if you're in Georgia, like, go there, because very good. Like, yeah, $100, but who cares? $100, whatever. You feel me? I'd rather pay $100 and get it past inspection than to pay all the money for the bike and can't even get it tagged and titled. So, but the inspection, I thought that was it, but there was more after it, you know, and it became stressful. But I got it all done in that same day. And you know, just make sure you guys schedule an appointment with the inspector, and you'll be good to go. Just get everything you need. If you ain't got a truck or a trailer, just rent one from U-Haul. Very cheap. Just do it. You will not regret it. Just do it. Don't go in there and ride your bike that's not even supposed to be on the road. to the state inspector. I mean, come on, you're going to a state inspector on a bike that's not even supposed to be on the road because there's no tag or title or insurance or none of that. Don't do that. That's dumb. Just go in, spend 50 or 60 bucks for a truck and trailer from U-Haul. U-Haul's gonna hook it up for you too. It's not hard to load it up. I used 3 straps. I did one across the back tire, you know, hooked it, and I did one on each handlebar, like the clip-ons, hooked it. That's easy. I mean, anybody can do that. You can do it too. After this video, if you're worried about that part, just go look it up. How to like load up a motorcycle on a U-Haul trailer. I mean, it's not hard. U-Haul trailer was $22.45. I'm not sure about the truck, but you see the truck say like $19.95 on them, so I'm sure, you know, you can get away with spending $60 or under for a couple hours for a truck and trailer. But yep, so that's pretty much my story about how I almost got screwed. But when it's all said and done, I got a good deal on bike. Bike looks brand new. Everything's great. It was just all the headache and all the stress about having to go through this whole process. And I did it. Y'all can do it. Paperwork is all that matters. Ask questions. Don't volunteer too much information. If they ask for something, you know, tell them, but don't just tell them things. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. They don't. Like, I cannot stress that enough. They literally just do not care. They care about keeping their job, and the paperwork is a necessity, and you have to have it. And like, you know, you're not supposed to even get things notarized. Like, they're not allowed to notarize. A notary is not allowed to notarize things for you if they didn't see you sign. You know, I accidentally signed it first, and I pointed it out, and she's like, yeah, we can't take that, right? That was the first notary. The second notary I went to that same day, I did the same shit again. I accidentally signed it again. You know, I was stressed, I was rushing. But I didn't point it out that time, and she just signed, she stamped it and everything. Like, I volunteered the information the first time, so she was forced to actually have to do her job, right? But the second time, I didn't volunteer nothing. You know, I was just like, oh, you know, how are you doing today? Like, being all nice and stuff about it, you know. And, like, she didn't even care. You know, if you point it out, she's got to do her job, right? But if you don't point it out, maybe she'll see it, but it doesn't matter to her. It's okay. But if you point it out, she's going to have to do her job. And she's going to tell you, I can't sign this. I got to watch you sign it, you know. Just like anything. Like, but yep, I hope it helps somebody out there. And my title should be here in a couple of days. And matter of fact, I actually think my title in Georgia is going to be a clean title. I don't understand the whole Virginia, salvage, rebuilt, South Carolina, not actual mileage, and now Georgia is supposedly supposed to be a clean title. I don't understand that, but it's not my job to understand that. It was my job to get the damn title in my name. I got it, and I'm happy. And, you know, hope you guys can figure out whatever you guys got going on. If you're just here for the inspector part, don't worry, the inspector was very easy. That's all the paperwork you guys have to do. If your situation is just like mine, it might be a little different. Hopefully y'all don't have to do the bonded title stuff. But yeah, I think all in all, I spent like $473. That's for the taxes and the title, the inspector, the notary. UPS notarizes stuff for $4. The second notary I went to was an insurance company. It was 13 bucks, but your bank will do it for free. In the city, if you go City Hall, 9 times out of 10, there's 1 or 2 people there that know they're notaries, so they'll do it for free. But yeah, you know, everything's gonna work out. Just don't be as stressed as me. I was really stressing also about the inspector, so in the inspection process, but it's really not that bad. They just want to get you in and out. Honestly, they don't want you to come back. They got plenty of other people to deal with. They don't want to deal with you no more. They're trying to get you gone. Make sure your shit's right. Make sure, you know, you got good tires and stuff. Everything. Make sure all your lights work, and you know, y'all gonna be good to go. So, yep.